I'm Luke Skinner. We're here down at the Murray Street Mall Meet the Candidate Wikileaks Party event. It's been raining and shining again all day, but we've been out here anyway. I'm here because I'm a Wikileaks Party member, and the reason I support the party is because I believe in a strong transparency in government, and I think that the Wikileaks Party, and especially the candidate here, Jerry and Suresh, would provide that kind of strong transparency and break on corruption within Australian politics. Might allow in the Senate, more transparency on bills that are going through. Julian Assange has said that if he got in, I don't know if he'd be able to do this, but he said he'd handle a little USB stick that's encrypted so people could leak secrets if they wanted to other senators. So I think that's an interesting idea. Not 100% sure if that's the best policy in the party, but the party also has strong policies on Indigenous rights and refugee rights, which are two very important issues to me. But online transparency is a big issue for me. I work in the online sector. I've been online since 1995. Probably 96 is when I really started using it. But the campaign to keep online free for everyone to use has been an ongoing thing since the very birth of the internet. And I think the internet is one of the strongest tools that we have for progressive people in the entire world to make a difference. And so having a party like Wikileaks, who is very strong on preventing the kind of surveillance that NSA in America are doing and other types of corruption of information technology, would be a bonus for the Australian people.
The fundamental reason for my getting involved with Wikileaks was the abrogation of our responsibilities as a nation regarding refugees. The PNG solution, the Abbott solution of the military being used to attend to refugee issues is completely unacceptable, complete abrogation of our responsibilities under the convention, and it's a dehumanization of our society. I can't accept that, and I was looking for a party that had a policy around asylum seekers that brought back humanity to our nation, and that's what WikiLeaks offers.
Why WikiLeaks? Why not WikiLeaks? It's impossible when someone's asked you to run with WikiLeaks to say no. WikiLeaks has stared down, WikiLeaks, the organisation publishing, has stared down the CIA, the Pentagon, the US Justice Department, has stared down lying governments. It is still there 7 years later, and it has brought us Cablegate, collateral murder videos. It has brought us the truth, and we've got to stand alongside this. And this is exactly now the next step, the social movement, the political movement, and the ability to discover the truth is outstripped by the capacity to manifest deceit. WikiLeaks is an opportunity to challenge this premise. For myself, to stand aside Julian Assange, it's an honour. And it's an opportunity for us to parachute into the Senate people who have never compromised themselves, whose convictions have remained solid, whatever's been thrown at them. All 7 candidates represent everything that WikiLeaks is all about, and what we're trying to achieve in the Senate is a check and balance, is bona fide independence, is the public record in the public interest, is to do that for us all, and without that we're screwed, and we've got to just stop the bullshit, and that's why we've got to try and get in there, and this is what we're actually trying to achieve. WikiLeaks is what we've waited for all our lives, it's what all of us have waited for all our lives, and we've got to believe that. And it's not that we're idealists. We know that in our own microcosms, we've been able to achieve things by holding strong to our values. We want to take those values into the Senate.
Hi, I'm Omar Todd. I'm one of the founders, directors and secretary of the WikiLeaks Party. I'm also on the National Council as one of the members, one of 11. And my background basically comes from a conservation point of view. I work with Sea Shepherd Conservation Society and Sea Shepherd Australia here, obviously, as their Chief Technical Director. And I met Julian November last year, and in the embassy I was invited to come in, and we wanted to thank Julian for some WikiLeaks cables that were released back in 2011, February, to do with Japan talking to the US, and we wanted to thank WikiLeaks for contributing that information. And when we talked in the embassy, they broached the idea of forming a political party that's been on the back of Julian's mind for some time, and invited me to look into the party and to get involved. And of course, I thought that the idea of transparency and accountability in government would align very well with what we're trying to do as conservationists, because the problem is the corporations keep doing backdoor deals with countries and governments, then of course we don't really have much chance in making sure the environment and the world and the oceans that we live in have a chance. So I was very keen to get involved, and since coming back to Australia from London after seeing Julian, it's all taken off at an exponentially quick level, and we hope to put in some senators in the Senate this year. And I firmly believe in the principles of what we're trying to push, and I think over time they will become the most important aspect of governments that we could possibly put in. So, we will do our best and see where we go, and hopefully we will get some senators in to help bring transparency and accountability to the Senate and to the Australian government.
What brings you down here today?
Well, when I heard about the Wikileaks rally and that I get to meet the WA Senate candidates, I wanted to meet them because I'd heard about them but hadn't actually met in person, so yeah.
And you have a passion for Wikileaks, is it? Because I see that you're
Yes.
with Sea Shepherd.
Yes, I've been a Sea Shepherd volunteer for 15 years and crewed on the first Antarctica campaign. Captain Paul Watson is one of my closest friends, and he's in a very similar situation to Julian Assange. So when I heard about his plight and the formation of the Wikileaks political party, I felt as an Australian citizen and part of the voting public that it was my duty to be involved, and I'm one of the founding members of the Wikileaks political party, number 72.
We need the Wikileaks party to put some honesty back into our government. What we've got at present is a duopoly, like a power sharing arrangement between Liberal and Labor, and both of them are dancing to the tune of the money power. Until we can break that and show the people what's going wrong with this country and how we're slowly seeping into debt and people aren't aware of it. Until we can put some honesty back into it, this country's not going to move ahead. Many, many years ago, this country was much more affluent, and all I've seen in the time I've been in this country is more and more debt. Why am I meeting young people that despair at the thought they may never buy a house? So many of the young people are just in debt. The businesses are in debt, the companies are in debt, the state government's in debt, the federal government's in debt, and then the nation's in debt. And you go to the IMF webpage and look through their sheets, and you find through their statistics that just about every country in the world is in debt to the IMF. Yet our press isn't telling us this.
What is the Wikileaks
How
party?
come all the media here keeps, every time there's a war, the media pushes the line of the war. They never say, oh, this war is wrong. They say, no, let's go with this war. That's crazy. Let's have something like WikiLeaks to tell us the truth and stop these ridiculous wars.
Beautiful, beautiful.
What brings you here today to support the
Well, I
Wikileaks
wanted
party?
to come and meet the Senate candidates. I seen them online and wanted to come and meet them face to face and keen to support them. Yeah.
I'm passionate about change, bringing true equity and transparency, not only into politics but into our society. And I think the Wikileaks party can do that because their integrity and their ethics are so strong, and that's very much captured by what Julian's prepared to do to bring this forth. And I'm also attracted to the professionalism of the party and the quality of the candidates that have been drawn to offer this to the people. So it's exciting, and it's hope, and it offers a real alternative rather than just a whinging, cynical kind of approach, which we know doesn't work. So this is real. This is something we can really get behind and make a difference.
It's important for humanity as a whole to actually, become transparent and have truth as a centralised way of government. And WikiLeaks seems to be the only party that's actually interested in actually making anything like that happen. If you look at all their policies and their platforms and whatnot, they're always talking about, whatever area they're talking about, we will give you the truth. We will let you know what's actually happening in these particular areas. And that's what we need to know about. No more falsehoods, no more hiding behind smoke and mirrors. We want the truth, and that's what the Australian people really deserve.